And we're live. Hi, everyone. I'm pleased to announce my first pre deadline FPL team reveal since 2019. What a long time it's been since then. For those that have followed me for a number of years, it was a staple of mine. In fact, one of the first ever content creators to share their FPL team before each game week before every deadline. I used to do that consistently for 8 years. And I then decided, you know what? It just takes too much of a toll on me. So I basically stopped doing that. Still provided hints, of course, and I shared my team just after the deadline. But I feel that I'm now in a place where I'm happy to reveal my team before the deadline for game week 1. And depending on how it goes, I might do this every game week as well. So for those that are new, or for those who are regular, if you're able to like, share, and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm just short of 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It was my aim to get to 1,000 before that deadline. We've got half an hour to go now, so keep an eye on your team as well. So I'm just going to show you right now where I'm at in terms of my own team. And I've alluded to it quite a lot on FPL Twitter that actually I want to get Mohamed Salah in. I want to get Mohamed Salah. I want to get Saka with Fernandes and Rashford as well. That power four midfield, I feel, makes perfect sense. It's something that can cause problems as well, but I feel that it has to be done. So looking at my team right now, that's my back line, and that is the midfield. I want to just stress this is not my final team right now. This is a penultimate draft, but I just can't get my head around getting the power four midfield, which I'm just going to share on screen in just one moment. That's what I want to get. I want to get that four-way combination in there right now. And I will make those changes as we speak. And let me know in the live chat what you think as well, whether you've locked into your team or you're tinkering as well. But from my side, I really, I've been doing like multiple drafts. I've literally shared a draft every week throughout preseason. I've been very open and transparent with that process. I've also explained how I now will rely on expected FPL points stats, not as a primary metric, but more as a 50-50 metric. And those metrics tell me that I really need to get Mohamed Salah into my team. I don't have a Liverpool player. And if there is a Liverpool player that I'm going to get, it is Mohamed Salah. So let me just go back to my team as it is. So it's a 3-5-2 at the moment, the penultimate draft. But I'm really trying desperately to get him in. And I'm going to just switch now to my transfer page. So on this transfer page, this is where I'm at the moment. This is not the final draft. I haven't saved anything. So the budget has been maxed out. Yeah, it's the 4.0 goalkeeper double up, but I'm not set on this. So I'm actually going to get rid of Areola because I feel that I need to just tweak this a bit more. And just for those that have joined, please, if you're able to like, share, and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. This is a very small YouTube channel. I actually set up my YouTube account in 2014, one of the first ever FPL YouTubers, but I didn't really post any content until 2 years ago. And it's been one amazing journey for me throughout mid-June. The moment the fixtures came out, I started posting content. There's not many people who do regular live streams. I've done a lot of live streams during preseason where there's no edit function. You're there and you're just going with it. So please share this stream with any other like-minded FPL managers, whether they're a rival, whether it's someone within your own family who just doesn't know about FPL. I cater for those that are the seasoned, experienced managers, as well as the casual newbies as well. So I'm going to show you the pathway that I'm going for in this draft, and I'm literally going to lock it in the next 20 minutes. And just in case you're not locked in, just have your team ready to be locked in as well. So with this team right now, Walker, Gabriel, Varane, very unorthodox, but it's a way to get like Mohamed Salah in. And it's a 4-5-1 formation, but I'm not keen on it. I'm going to get rid of Scarlett. I want to get João Pedro in, and I am going to go triple Brighton with my team. So that is something I'm going to figure out right now. João Pedro, in you come. So this is live, and I will lock these changes in real time. Like I've said, I used to share my team before the deadline, literally 8-9 years in a row. Then I stopped, but I think, you know what? I'm going to do it now. So if you want to copy my team, I'm not going to stop you. There are a lot of content creators who have the audacity to complain that people are copying their teams. It's like, why share your team in the first place? I find it really bizarre, and it's just doesn't add up at all. So, you know, if someone is showing their team before the deadline, then feel free to copy them accordingly. So I want João Pedro. Obviously, I can't accommodate him in this team right now, and I'm sure it's just such a shame that they've not invented 3.0 goalkeepers at the moment. But let me just check one moment. Just give me a second. So I just want to just make sure if there's any team news. Man City team news could be significant if it gets leaked out. I'm not sure what we're looking at, but in terms of my draft, Ollie Watkins was someone who I wanted, and to be fair, he is probably the best like Jesus replacement right now, and that's. But I can't get him in because I want Mohamed Salah. You want Mohamed Salah, you will not get Ollie Watkins. So this front seven is what I want to aim for. Saka, Mitoma, Fernandes, Rashford, Salah, João Pedro. But then I look at the defence and I look at where I'm short on. There is a bit of chopping and changing that needs doing here. And I need to get rid of one of my players here. And I'm just thinking long and hard, could I potentially get rid of Mohamed Salah, not Mohamed Salah, Fernandes as well? And we've just seen a leak. So someone has said that there is some leaked information. Can you share the link? So I don't want to repeat the leaked information until I know the source, but it's in the chat right now. So I want to just, I haven't checked it on my timeline right now. It just seems a bit early. We don't normally get leaks super early. You normally get it within like 10 or 15 minutes before the deadline. But I want to lock into a team that I'm fairly happy with right now. So I can see that some people are suggesting 3-4-3. I don't think 3-4-3 is optimal. I think it is all about 3-5-2. 3-5-2, the midfield offers exceptional value. And I'll tell you why I feel that's the case, because there are so many midfielders who basically should have premium price tags, but they're underpriced. Fernandes, Saka, Odegaard, they're just so underpriced. Mitoma should easily be like 7.5 million. And yeah, Mohamed Salah, he is his price. Haaland is his price as well. But let's make these changes. I need to make this work. And I've tried a number of different drafts from like the morning till now. So I need to unlock some funds here. And the 4.0 goalkeeper combination could have been the way forward, but I need 3 starting defenders. I need to get rid of one as well. So, do you know what? There's too much Pep roulette. I'm going to get rid of Shaw there. And let's get rid of Varane. I'm going to keep Gabriel. I need 2 4.0 like dud sub defenders. So in comes Kabore to make this work. There he is. Yeah, the problem is that for that opening fixture, there are a lot of generous like defenders there, but you can't have them all. I just want to repeat, the person who mentioned the leaked team news for Manchester City, I'm not going to repeat what that is, but if you're able to share the link in the chat, so that we can assess the source, I'd really appreciate that as well. So that would potentially influence my picks as well. So I'm just going on to my timeline just to see if there is anything else. So from what I can see, there is no reliable leaked information. So let me have a look if anything has come up. And if anyone has a reliable link, please let me know in the chat as well. Okay, I've just seen the source now. So I'm not gonna repeat the source. I'm just gonna go into it right now and see what that information is. So yep, they're saying no Stones or Gvardiol. That's Gvardiol was someone I suspected wouldn't potentially start. Apparently De Bruyne starts and Phil Foden starts as well. That is the news from @LazyFPL, and they did leak some information towards the end of last season as well, and it did appear to be correct. So yeah, thank you very much for confirming that source. I wouldn't expect them to leak information unless it was absolutely reliable. So yeah, coming back to my draft, now that I know that, it begs the question, could I potentially not have Salah and get De Bruyne in? Possibly, but let's just work this out. So I've got 9 million to go, and I could go for a 4.0 goalie, and then I could get like a 5.0 defender. That's what I'm really thinking about right now. Is it really worth it? And my initial concern was with a 4-5-1 formation and two 4.0 keepers that it would be somewhat of a risk. It's such a shame that like Pep Roulette has done us over with the Stones news. It's good that we know that. I'm thinking, could I get Foden in? I wouldn't risk it for the X-Mins, even though the upside is there with Phil Foden. I can't risk getting him in for 1 week, him banging in a brace, and then he gets benched for the next 2 games or whatever else happens. It's not worth the risk for me unless someone can make the case for Phil Foden. I just can't justify that right now. So I'm literally 2 moves away from locking in my team here, and this is live, unedited. I will lock in the team that I pick in the next few moments. So Gabriel and Stupinan. Man City do have those generous fixtures. I'm thinking, can I get a Man City player in here? But I want Mohamed Salah. I could get Kyle Walker in actually. So if I go for Kyle Walker, I'm just thinking, I haven't got Luke Shaw now, but then United have that interesting game as well. I'm not going to go for a Man City defender actually, even though it is tempting. But yeah, I am not going for that. I'll go for a Manchester United defender because with Manchester United, I know that I could potentially then do a switch over for certain players as well. Just curious to know, defenders selected by who is it that I haven't got? Trippier, I'm not going to get him. Stones, apparently out. Shaw, 5.5, 0.5 too much. Botman, not going to get him. Trent, not going to get him. Could I double up on Saliba? I actually did this draft where I tried to predict Fabio Borges's team, who's considered one of the greatest FPL managers of all time. He is ranked number 1. And I actually then decided, thinking that could I even double up on Arsenal defence as well? I'm thinking I don't have a Manchester United defender, especially against Wolves. That's like a pick-me-up for a clean sheet there. So just thinking, who could I get from Manchester United as a starting defender? I know Martinez is there as well. I'm just curious to know. For Manchester United, minutes played last season. I think Varane, he got injured at some point as well, but Varane was like the regular starting defender for United until he actually got injured, unless someone can tell me otherwise. So I'm going to just check a confirmation of team news that I normally check as well. So can't see it on screen, but I'm going for Varane as a starting defender for Manchester United. Just want to corroborate this as well. And yeah, I'm going for Varane as my defender. I mean, who else is there? There's Dalot. Could I get Dalot? But I'm just risking rotation really with Dalot there. But yeah, let's have a think about that. But just for those that have joined, I just want to repeat this again. If you're able to like, share, and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers before the deadline. And if you haven't locked in your team, then just make sure that you do so before 6:30 p.m. deadline. So I'm going to get Bran. Just saw I had him there. Just give me a moment. So go to United. Just seems like a bit of a boring pick, really. I would have liked to get Luke Shaw, but yeah, I can't really complain. Could get Dalot, but I just don't know. Should I get Dalot? Should I? But then you've got Wan-Bissaka lurking about. No, I want a safe United defender. If I'm going to do that, and someone I could potentially bench in a difficult match. That leaves me with 4.0 million. And the question is, do I have another 4.0 goalie that can start? And the truth is, there isn't really anyone else that I can think of who is 4.0 and is starting. So the question is that will Turner start for Arsenal? That is the question, and it's something that I need to just consider as well. So is it worth the risk for me? Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Turner in goal, but I need a 4.0 goalkeeper as well. Any recommendations? Please let me know in the chat as well. So that is going to be a tough call from my side, but yeah, I'm doing this live. This is completely unfiltered. I haven't got like a script here. I'm doing this live, and although I've done like draft reveals before the deadline, I've never done it on a live stream. So just seems quite like surreal as well that I'm doing it in this way, but I've chosen to do so and I'm going to rock with it. So just Areola, that's just a 3.9 million trap, massively high ownership, unlikely to start. He's unlikely to start unless Fabianski has some terrible games. And then I look at the other options here, as you can see on screen, Whitworth, Dubravka, Ortega. It just looks quite grim, doesn't it? Oh dear. And the thing is that the other Nottingham Forest goalkeeper, I think his name is Horvath, if I'm not mistaken, who played for Luton last year. He's 4.5 million, so I can't just back up with him. So that's a bit of a problem. So I'm going to go for Luton's goalkeeper. I'm going to go for Macy just as a backup. Macy's very unlikely to start. If I'm not mistaken, for Luton Town, their starting goalkeeper, because it could be Kaminsky, I think they recently bought him in. So yeah, Areola, even though there's potential for Areola to start, the concern is that he's basically a 3.9 waiting to happen. So I'm just going to confirm something here. So I'm being asked privately about leaks as well. So I'm just letting others know about that as well. So just give me one moment. But I'm kind of stuck on this 4.0 goalkeeper conundrum unless someone is able to make a really good suggestion to my squad as it stands. But I'm on 4.0. I did not opt for the Iverson Ward combination last year, and that was a massive flop. It just didn't work at all, really. So I do kind of feel that I'm being forced into a corner and go in that direction as well. But let's just reassess this team. So I've got a 3-5-2 formation as it stands, with Macy, with Turner in goal, Estupinan, Gabriel, Varane as the starting defenders. Then got the power 7 attack of Saka, Mitoma, Fernandes, Rashford, Salah, Saka. And just this morning, I just couldn't get it out of my head getting those 4 red shirts into my team. And that's at the expense of getting rid of Maddison, which is fine. Kane's not there anymore. Getting rid of Watkins, fine as well. And then cheapening the defense slightly. But before today, I had a 5.0 starting keeper, and now I'm stuck with 2 4.0 goalkeepers. So I am going to save this right now. Just thinking really hard. Just 1 second. A 5.0 defender other than Varane, just thinking, doesn't excite me at all. But I need a Manchester United defender for the opening game. and just look at, yeah, can't get Stones. He's apparently not starting. Shaw, Potman, there's no one there. Saliba. I also didn't want to get like centre backs. For those that aren't aware, there's been a change in the refereeing guidelines whereby World Cup style injury time will come to like English football. So what that basically means is if you're a centre back, you're very unlikely to get like subbed off, and it basically means there's a higher degree of goals being scored in matches when there's like a lot of injury time as well. And I kind of feel like centre backs are like sitting ducks. And I did argue against it, but here I am with Gabriel and Varane in my team. And just looking, yeah, I just can't justify it, but I'm kind of stuck with them right now. Because my defense was very heavy. It was very like a 4-man defense with all the like I had Trent actually in one of my initial drafts as well. And then when his price got confirmed, it was 8.0, just took him out. I was like, it's not worth it. But then I didn't have any Liverpool cover for quite some time as well. I'm missing a Chelsea player here, to be honest with you. But then I've just invested heavily in that 3-5-2 attack. I'm just going to save this right now. This is not my like final draft, but I'd rather just lock into something than not. So, oh, what's happened there? Has that not saved? What's happened? Oh, there we go. Sorry, there we go. Thank goodness. So Macy, get you out of Cole. Yeah, Bulldog is a sub-1. Kabore, Mubama. There we go. No chips being played, I hope. Yep, not being played. So this is not my final team, but as it stands, this is my FPL draft for the 23-24 season. And yeah, I've got 9 minutes to lock this in. Just gonna have a quick look on any other leaked news that's come out or not. So Stones, just confirm this. Just having a look as well. So I'm not often used to streaming live and looking for team leaks, but here we go. Something new for everything. So breaking news. No, that's not there. So this is my team at the moment, and I know that Foden starts, but the X-Mins is an issue. I kind of feel I could hit the ground running. I kind of feel I'm losing out here. I really need a Manchester City, like another attacker. Part of me is thinking, should I go De Bruyne for Salah? But we just don't know how fit De Bruyne is. All right, I can't believe I'm doing this. We know De Bruyne starts. Let's get rid of Mohamed Salah. Let's get De Bruyne in. I shouldn't be doing this, but I am. Got 2 million in the bank. Varane becomes Luke Shaw. I just want to read that source again. Give me 1 moment. Does Kevin De Bruyne start? Because if he starts and he bangs, then it's a great win for me. I wouldn't get a City defender, but I can justify getting De Bruyne in. So just check. De Bruyne starts. I'm just checking that. Just check very carefully. Goodness me. Right, can I just, so I've not locked in my team, but I've got something saved. Okay, apparently the site is now crashing. So what I'll say is, if you haven't locked in your team right now, just please lock it in. I don't need to get locked out of the site without having an iteration saved. So just, if you haven't got a team saved, now is the time to get off the stream and just lock in. Or not get off the stream, but just go to your team right now. So thank you for the person who's raised that in the chat right now. So I'm just trying to see if I can do anything else there. So I'll bring in Shaw if I had this situation. And I've got 5.5 million. So I would... Sorry, get Turner back. Could I upgrade... I need a goalkeeper. Okay, Colwill comes back in, and I'll get in. I need a 5.0 goalkeeper. Colwill comes in. Got 5 million for a goalkeeper. I'll get Ramsdale. No, could I get Ramsdale? No. Let's have a look. Who else is 5.0 million? Goalkeepers. Anana. But I can't get a am I really going to double up with Arsenal goalkeeper? Ramsdale. Oh, goodness sake. I think I am. There's no other one I could get. Or I could go for a 4.5 goalkeeper. So I've got a question. How do you think the Super Cup affects City's lineup before and after in the Premier League? I think that they'll probably arguably have the stronger team in the league, and the Super Cup might be for like a more rotated team. So just trying to think now, 5.0 goalkeeper. I would have got Edison. You know what? Let's go for Edison. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I am. Colwill out, Kabore back in. Let's go triple Manchester City. I've got Turner as my backup goalkeeper. I hated Edison last season, but I'm going to lock in. Let's do it. Make the transfers. Will you go through? Has my transfers gone through? So Turner, out you go, mate. In comes Edison. Just going to quickly lock that in super quick, just so that in case the site has crashed. So I've got Edison in goal, Estupinan, Gabriel Shaw, De Bruyne, Saka, Fernandes, Rashford, Mitoma, Pedro, Haaland as captain, Bulldog, Kabore, Mubama. And the problem is, I just don't know how fit Kevin De Bruyne is, but it pains me to say it, that, yeah, just seeing in the chat how, fit, the fear of missing out got me. And yeah, I am crazy. I've just gone from 2 4.0 keepers to a 5.5 keeper. It's just knowing that City lineup has kind of mucked my mind a bit. But the reality is that I've got without Mohamed Salah, I've got more depth in my defense as well. It just doesn't seem right having Varane as a defender. I couldn't justify that. And then I look at it now, like with Man City, provided that Edison isn't rotated randomly with Ortega, you've got like a generous run of games there. Had Stones not been benched, I probably would have got him. But if there's any Man City player guaranteed X mins in defense, it's Edison. So I'm calling it now. This is my locked in team. I'm not going to make any more changes, just to make sure it's saved again. So I'll justify each pick. If you haven't locked your team in, get off my stream and lock it now. Do not blame me if you're locked out of the site or if something goes horribly wrong. So do it now. So here is my FPL draft for those that have joined for the 23-24 season. If you haven't already done so, if you can like, share, and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. So here is my justification for all of those picks. I was just checking my phone, getting paranoid now, just to make sure that it has saved on my phone as well. So I'm going for Edison in goal. Oh, goodness sake. I think the site has crashed. Oh, my goodness. If you're on the mobile phone app, just check to see if my site has crashed on the mobile phone. And I would strongly say, just if your phone has crashed, just try locking in on your desktop or just a desktop or some other device. So this is my team. Edison in goal, good run of games, X-Mins, Man City clean sheet. Hopefully more than last year. Estupinan, high EO, Gabriel, stupidly cheap, good run of games. Shaw, attacking prowess, good run of games. And as much as I wanted Mohamed Salah, I've gone for De Bruyne, purely because I feel that had I known that De Bruyne was starting, I would have like tried to get him in, which I've now done. Don't know how fit he is. He might not even play a full match. But then De Bruyne and Haaland, you just can't go wrong with that combination. And then got Saka, Fernandes, Rashford. So 3 of the 4 quartet that I wanted. And I've got the triple up with Brighton, with Mitoma, X-Mins. With João Pedro, the X-Mins are probably not there. When I look at those opening 3 fixtures, even if he gets half a match in those opening 3 fixtures against Luton, Wolves and West Ham, I'd hope that there's a high chance of goal involvements there for him. And then Baldock, Kabore, Mubama. Baldock obviously might start the opening game for Sheffield United, perhaps. And then Kabore has unfortunately that blank in game week 2. But then the issue is that I've only got 1 from Burnley and Luton, so it's not an issue. And Mubama, who should get some points potentially. Well, not points. Should get the odd cameo appearance here and there. I'm set with him as my sub 3. So that is my team. Pleased to have revealed this for the first time in 4 years before the game week 1 deadline. Let me know your thoughts, people. What are your thoughts on this? Have I got the balance right? Did I just panic on the 4.0 goalkeepers last minute to get Ederson in? And look, if Ederson is randomly benched, it's okay. I've got Turner as my backup goalkeeper, and it would have been far worse if Turner had been benched and the other 4.0 was a dud sub. And with that, the deadline has passed. And yeah, I'm just glad that I've got this over and done with now. A lot of relief, a lot of drama, a lot of blood, sweat and tears went into this draft throughout from June till now, a 2-month journey. And just as a heads up in terms of the players that have been new or like locked in from the start, Ederson, Shaw were like literally new arrivals. Gabriel Estupiñán were pretty much locked in from the moment the game went live. Saka, Fernandes, Rashford, Mitoma locked in since the game went live. João Pedro, De Bruyne, completely new arrivals, and Haaland obviously locked in. Baldock been locked in since the game went live, and Kabore just went for the attacking prowess from the other Luton defenders at 4.0 and played to a very high level last season as well. Mubama, yeah, relatively new as well. So there you have it. Thank you so much for joining me on my stream. I intend on streaming more before each deadline, and yeah, I will see how it goes for basically the remainder of the season as well, whether I share it. So I can see some have said that they couldn't justify KDB over Mohamed Salah. And for me, it was all about balance. And I remind myself of what I'm an elite manager myself, but I look at the super elite managers, what they have, and they always have balance in the team. They don't have a Ferrari attack and a banger defense, or a Ferrari defense and a banger attack. They have balance. And I feel that with the team that I've shared live on my stream, that I've got like the dud sub bench, fair enough, but I'm not really fussed about that. But I've got a very well-balanced midfield and a very well-balanced defense. And that's like what I was also hoping for as well. So there you have it. May your arrows be green. May your mind be serene. Once again, if you're able to subscribe before you head off, that would be greatly appreciated. And I look forward to sharing my teams with you for the remainder of the season. So take care and all the best, everyone. Bye.